May interest ka mga soul charges. Pag mag-late. So, additional to familiarity, you give a name to your problem. Di ba nga, baka mahilig mag-ano, pangalanan? Basta ang iyo problem, pangalanan mo. Nga naman, ay kung may pangalan na siya, madali mo na siya i-familiarize. Kung familiar na siya, ang effect niya, hindi ka nakabahan. Kaagin ako sa to. So, after that, the next step is to introduce them to God. Ano na siya? Amo na siyang reason na nag-come kita today. Diba? That's the reason why we are gathering every Tuesday. Because we have problems that not only are they familiar, they are also recurring and they are so heavy that we have to introduce it to the Lord. What happens when you introduce them to the Lord? God, enabling God will embrace them in His loving presence. May message kanina bang kanta na to sa in the presence of the Lord? Sino daw? In the presence of the Lord, all worries will be washed away. Kanina sige kanta ni Sister, kita mo yung sign ko. In the presence of the Lord, your problems will be washed away. Your including ang sin, including ang mga problems that you have faced. In the presence of the Lord, your problems will be washed away. Sa passage ng Psalms yan, in your presence, Lord, there is joy. In your right hand, there is fullness of joy. In left hand, pleasures forevermore. So, when you introduce your problems to the Lord, you have God in your presence. Ano daw? The problem leads you in the presence of God. Diba? Ano ang purpose ang Ginoo sa problem sa imo? May kapalayo kang kapirmi sa iyo. May distance ka pirmi. Salig-salig ka sa imo achievements. Salig-salig ka sa imo mukha. Maayo mag-PR sa tao. Salig-salig mga pirmi. So tagaan ka problem sa Diyos ngayon ng recurring kay mabigat so that when you introduce your problem to the Lord, you are now in the presence of God. And in the presence of God, there is fullness of joy, and on the left hand, left hand, pleasures forevermore. Ano to? May solusyon na pala. When you introduce your problems to the Lord, reading between lines, the problem leads you near to the Lord. Diba? Ang problem mo gintagaan ka gali problem sa Diyos para matunduman mo siya. Diba? God gave you a problem because it seems you are already so far from Him. Diba? More time to pray. Wala na attendance sa prayer meeting. Ano na lang? Bible study na lang. Ano na lang? Busy. Busy sa application, busy sa sa studies ang subjects. That does not lead you near the Lord. So, gin-screen sa Ginoo ang problem para nag-abot ang problem sa imo. Kay para anong purpose niya? Understand that the problem is a means of making you or letting you near the Lord. Kaya kung malapit ka na, in the presence of the Lord, di ba nga, saan o ka nagiging joyful? Wala kung saan o? It's not that when you win in the lotto, you are joyful. You are most joyful when you are tear-filled. Di ba sa nagaluha ka? Bilbil ka sa Ginoo. Doon sa... Then at that time you will also experience the blessings of the Lord. In the presence of the Lord there is joy forevermore and pleasures. So, introduction lang to Kala mo, introduce ka lang sa problem sa Ginoo, but actually, it is the problem that leads you in the presence of the Lord. And in the presence, hindi ka nakabatsag kung gaano ka, kung gatayo ka, kung kupungko ka. You are being lifted up by the Lord. Oh. In His presence, ano kaya ito? In the right hand, there is joy. In the left, in the right hand, there is joy. In the left hand, there are pleasures forevermore. Doon mo, akala mo nga ang pleasure, ari di sa magkanto ka sa 7-Eleven. Nandito siya sa ginawa, akala mo ang pleasure din. Kung nag-date ka ba? Hindi. Ang pleasure ari di when you introduce your problem to the Lord and you are in the presence of the Lord. Okay? Conclusion. It has understanding. Ano ba yung title sa atong meditation? Understanding God's problem. After understanding the God's problem, it does not mean that God will take away the problems. The problem will still be there. God will not necessarily remove your problems. Ano kung sabi mo, Lord, problem pa more. Ako hindi ka Lord, is this the result of problems? Sabi niya, sa left hand, sa right hand, there is joy. Left hand, pleasure forevermore. Kaya na-introduce ko. Lord, problem pa more. Sino mo sinisira? Buwang. Ang buwang siguro mo sinisira. But actually, the idea is that when you have the problems, God, when you introduce the problems to Him, He will not necessarily remove the problem, but He overcome. Nasa nasa taas ka, you will be able to overcome your problems. O diba sa eagle? Ang eagle, pag may storm, basahan niyo ang story ng eagle, isang eagle. During the storms, during the worst storm, saan ang eagle? Nalupad siya sa pinakataas. Ano ba na din storm? Kaya nakasakay kami sa airplane, kita niyo ang clouds, this the long. Ano yung mga storm? So, ang eagle, during the storm, nilipad sa taas. So, ang promise ng Ginoo, those who wait upon the Lord will renew their strength. They will fly high as eagle, taas ka. So, the problem is still there, but you are high above your problems. So, He did not remove the problem is there. But you make the problem as stepping stone. So, do not stumble upon your problem, make it a stone to stepping board. Para magtaas sa imo, magpataas sa imo. Stepping board mo siya. Di patungan, para patungan. Kasi kung wala ka patungan, nahulog ka. So, ginawa mo ang stone problems na stepping board. Number 2, God's wisdom is sufficient to bring good out of every one of them. So, the problem was not removed, but in God's wisdom, He has sufficiently enabled to bring out good in every problem you face. Iba-iba, no? Iba-ibang problem, iba-ibang goodness mag-come out. Sabi ni Mama Awi, kung ang problem mo akwa, anong good niya? Mag-develop ka muscle. Ano pa? Ang ibang problem mag-develop sa inang tao nga kuan ba inang wala pasensyoso, hindi pasensyoso. Mag-pray ka, Lord, give me patience. Tagaan ka sa problem para na mag-develop ka patience. Kung hindi ka pasensyoso, ka mag-pray ka, Lord, make me a man that is so patient. Tagaan ka problem. Kaya kada frame sa problem, maghaba ang Korea. Mahaba ang Korea mo, pasensyoso ka na. Hindi ka makawait sa upuan, pula kainip na. Gaan ka patience. Okay? So, bring good out of every problem. May hindi ba pangalanan natin ang problem? problem should have names. Kasi iba-iba ka problem, iba-iba nga outcomes ang goodness lalabas sa kanya. Any question? Wala ka mo question? So let's pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you that your word is enough to enable us make understand that in every wrong situation that was caused by problems, we could be able to turn pages from your word and enable us to understand, as Romans 8:28 tells us, that you are in your wisdom and in your power able to cause good to come out from what seems to be difficulty we are facing. We are therefore thanking thee to develop understanding in us, because if we are not able to understand, our life will be just concentrated on the difficulty and the problems being caused by difficult situation. But that understanding enables us to look beyond, just like eagle rising up higher than the storm. And so that understanding of the problems will enable us problems to stay there, not removed, but beyond that, as we will be using it as a stepping board to understand God's purposes in our life. Much more, that problems indeed leads us closer to the Lord and make us detachable, detached to the ground. Thereby, we are not to go on our own. We are to journey in touch with the Lord. Thereby, in His presence, the joy that we have and the pleasures that we have are divine pleasures and joy that comes from the Lord. In contrast to the joy that the world offers, to the pleasures that as we be able to observe people having pleasures that are worldly. Therefore, we are thanking thee for we have the Bible, your word, that we can anchor our understanding and our study with regards to combating the difficulty of our life. All these things we trust and pray. In Jesus' name. Amen.